Conclude, I want to talk about something that is very dear to my heart and dear to the hearts of many people in this country, and that is the finance bill. When you talk about the finance bill, when I've studied the reactions to the finance bill, it has occurred to me that Kenyans really do not clearly understand our democratic system. The finance bill came to cabinet. We chopped it up and changed, trying to balance between the needs of universal health care, the needs of roads, the needs of everything, and the resources that we need to raise so that we don't go out there and get loans and continue enslaving our children. It's a balancing act. But we are in a democracy whereby it's not just up to the cabinet to decide. It is given to the National Assembly so that the National Assembly can broadcast it, and then it is given out there to a 90 for public participation. That is the process. So when it's taken to public participation, people are given an opportunity to say, hii hatutaki, hii tunataka, ongeza hapa, reduce this. I saw when it was published, people were screaming and shouting and screaming, we don't want it. And I'm thinking, but it's been given to you so that you can express your opinion. Because we're in a democratic system whereby we listen to the voices of the people. This is a different Kenya. So people were getting, I think the activists were getting overloaded with, I don't know what, stamina. You know, without looking at, we have a democratic process. That's exactly what it was meant to be, for you to talk about it. But the amount of propaganda that was put there, you'd have thought it's a matter of life and death. And the process went as supposed, and it will pass, and we'll continue with our lives, and we'll be able to collect more revenue. And then also, it is important for Kenyans to realize that even with all this propaganda, what is the reality? People talk about Kenyans being overtaxed. Yes, nobody likes being taxed. I don't like being taxed. Nobody likes being taxed. But you have to pay for our taxes. But our taxes are not even the highest in the world. Pay as you earn in countries like Belgium is at 79.5%. Pay as you earn in Finland is 66.75%. Portugal is 64%. The UK is 63.25%. Mshahara yako inakatwa over 60% if you're working in the UK. Because they have to provide universal health care that they have there in their own form, and other things. Corporate tax in some countries like Brazil is over 40%. Yet hujafikia huko, our pay as you earn for majority of Kenyans is not even, it's twinkling at 16, 17, 18, 20, 25. You make more money, ndio unafika huko 30. Our corporate tax is capped. You know, I petition huko 30%. So we are not the heavily taxed country in the world. If you look at even VAT, our VAT is at 16%. Cabinet, we are struggling to say we can bring it down to 14 to 10%. Iende chini, because we don't like Kenyans being taxed in terms of our VAT when you go to buy things. In India, the VAT is up to 28%. In Hungary, it's 27%. In Denmark, it's 27%. In our neighbor here, our neighbors, it's even higher. So Kenyans need to educate themselves. Now, let's talk about the demonstrations. So we have to agree there was a lot of ignorance in a lot of this activism about the finance bill. It is your right to express your opinion, but be informed. It is your right to take a different position, but be informed. Don't get caught up with all this propaganda that mislead people. The process is as it is. It is called democracy, and that is okay. Demonstrations. It is the right of every Kenyan, as per our constitution, to demonstrate. It is your right to say, no, I don't like this, and to demonstrate and let your voice be heard. That is your right. And nobody should deny you of that right or try to stop you from expressing yourself. I was in London at one time, and there was a massive demonstrations against racism. Major demonstration against racism on Oxford Street. And there were police cars on the side, people on the side, and we were watching, taking photos. And there were thousands of people with placards shouting, marching. But there was no violence. Nobody was attacking. They had a prescribed route. Everybody knew this is the route. Other people went on their business on the other roads. And that's how it is. Demonstrate. Use your placards. Nobody will touch you. But don't engage in violence. Don't engage in alteration, you know, trying to fight the police. You know, in our country for a long time, people felt that they had to fight, they had to shout, they had to throw stones, they had to block highways to be heard. You don't need to do that anymore.